What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Real Res Talk. Yes, I am back again today after being on at lunchtime, and we have more Leny Yoro news. Leny Yoro, here we go. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed it. His transfer is done. I'm joined by Civir because I wanted to get his thoughts on the situation. I was read out what he's put in. Leny Yoro to Manchester United. Here we go. Deal in place after medical has been completed. Yoro ready to sign 5-year contract valid until June 2029. Lille and United have all documents set for a deal worth 50 million euros plus several add-ons. Chivy, how do we feel about this deal? Did we think it was going to get over the line? Were we worried at any point, or are we happy with the centre back we now have?
Man, I was worried up until the last minute. Remember, I was putting in the group chat.
Yeah.
I couldn't get excited because obviously it's Real Madrid, and when you know that they're interested in the player, like you can never just
We've
sit
been here
still. You have to
before
wait.
as well.
Been there before. It's happened, and it's happened to other people as well. Like it's never done until it's done, until the medical's done and all that kind of stuff is done. So yeah, I'm happy that we pulled a fast one. I think Madrid were a little bit too cocky on this one. Like they wanted him to, I think they offered Leo like less than 20 million. And then for him, they wanted him to either do, run out his contract or, they did the same thing they did with Camavinga. And I think they
Yes.
did it with a few other players as well. I can't remember, but I think, I don't think they wanted him I think they wanted him as bad as we did. And I think we also sold, it was a better option.
Yes.
I think we sold him the better option. Uh, I think we showed that we appreciated him more. He might have. Okay, I know Nacho's left Real Madrid, but then it would have been Militao and there's someone else. I'm thinking about this. Who's
You
the?
got
What's
Carvajal, you
the?
got Militao.
No, Carvajal is. Yeah, Carvajal is the right back. So we've got.
Yeah.
It's Militao and someone else. Rudiger.
Rudiger, that's the one.
Yeah, yeah. So it wouldn't have been like a straight walk into the team. Like, Nacho's left, but then it still would have been. I think when it comes to like when you think about if you had to think about how many games he was going to play, starting in the team, stuff like that. I think we were the better option in the long run. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. I mean, finally, I think Jim Ratcliffe said something like he doesn't want to sign Mbappe. He wants to sign the next Mbappe. Sort of. That's this sort of idea that he wants to. Yeah. So we're finally not getting anyone that's old in his prime and looking for a last paycheck. We have a young player coming through now that can develop.
Yeah.
So yeah, well pleased.
He's been compared to Raphael Varane, not just because of the similar journey that he's now taken. Like obviously we went for Varane under Fergie and ended up going to Madrid from Lens. But his style and his ability, I think he's a little bit less as good as Varane in the air, like aerial duels and stuff. But everything else that I seem to like look at in the scout reports and stuff is his positioning is fantastic, spatial awareness, his one-on-one duels, his tackling, everything seems to be top notch. Do you think he walks straight into this team and he starts with Leacher? Do you think that's the move, or do you think it depends on if Delict comes in or somebody else comes in?
I think he's a starter. I think,
Yeah.
like, obviously, I don't know too much about him the way a lot of people do. But Nick shared like a stat on his aerial duels or something, and like he ranks like really high in Europe. I think I can't remember. Which is a really, really good sign because that's what I was most worried about. A lot of times last season, and I think even in the FA Cup final as well, Varane like dealt with a lot of like balls coming in, like gets the head all the time. That was what I was really worried about with him. But then he's really good in the air. Apparently, he's good on the field as well. Long passes. He's comfortable on the ball. And I think with the profile that, from what I'm made to understand, it kind of suits. It's a perfect balance with Leacher.
Yes.
So I think it's one of them ones that is just going to like just blend quite easily. But yeah, comparisons with Varane, obviously they're both French, and I think they both I think he's 18 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And I think when Varane went to Real Madrid, he was like 19 or 18, something like
Similar,
that. He was
yeah,
he was young,
around same
similar
age.
age, yeah, yeah, similar sort of hype and all that. So yeah, it might be just it might be a gem. It might have actually got a gem here
For once in our
for once.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of like interesting strengths here that I'll just go through. His athleticism and ball winning. He stands around 6'3", 4". His combination of long legs and lean upper body makes him seem slender, but he carries a sense of ball winning like an Wan-Bissaka, for example, just a lot less going to the ground. His acceleration and he can tower over you aerially in the channels on 1v1-2 makes him tricky to get past. He's fast, dynamic, solid physicality, silky, intelligent, calm, athletic, and good technical quality. So from all the scout reports and all the people who like since it seems to be a quality player. This seems to be, like you said, a gem that we're possibly getting. And I know a lot of people are a bit annoyed at the price. 50 million euros is a year left on his deal, but in this market, you're kind of paying for attention. You're paying for potential at this point, aren't you? You're paying for
Yeah,
what the player might
yeah.
become.
The deal is worth 50 million, but we're
Yes.
not paying 50 million upfront. I
No.
think it's broken up, and then we're sort of paying
4 years, I think, over 4 years.
basically, like Nick said, some planner basically.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's a planner thing. So we're actually spending cash like upfront. The stipulations involved and stuff like that. So either way, it's a good deal. It's a really good deal. I mean, he's probably one of the highest rated centre backs that's under the age of 21 at the moment. One of there's him, and then there's a kid at Barcelona, Kubasi.
Oh,
I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's them two. I don't know who else is. So one of them was in the long run. It would be a steal.
Yeah.
You know?
If you
we paid 30 million pounds for Rio Ferdinand. I remember that was
record signing as well, wasn't it? World record.
Record signing at the time, and it was, I mean, over time.
Paid for
So you
itself,
never
didn't
know.
it? Paid for itself, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it did.
But I was just looking at the ages then. Leny Yoro 18, Kobe Mainu 19, Garnacho 20, Ahmad Diallo 22, Rasmus Hoyland 21, Joshua Zirkzee 23. That's a young, hungry team there, man, that we're building. Like, that's a serious, like, youthful rejuvenation at Old Trafford, which I'm really, really excited about.
It is exciting. I hope we just get some experienced players there as well.
Yes. Yeah, that we
I
need.
know it's good to have young players, but we need an experienced player. It doesn't have to be an old player.
No.
But just someone that's got experience, someone who's been through the wars.
Yes.
That when you're winning 1-0 against fucking West Ham away in the 86th minute, someone who can keep a calm head.
Yes.
Right. So that's the sort of I'd like to have at least a little bit of experience. But yeah, it's exciting to have young players.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. Like we're moving like we used to move like this under Fergie. I remember like we used to like you'd find the best players or the best up and coming talent, and we'd just be like, right, we'll have them, and we just go get him. Like you said, Rio Ferdinand, Wayne Rooney. Like we just move for talent, and they'd come. And then over the last 10 years or so, it's just been like painful to watch the way we operate in the transfer market. And now we are syncing up deals like that. It's amazing, man. Like it's ridiculous. And all these people who were saying INEOS just Glazers 2.0, I think they're proving pretty quickly that they're not here to dick about when it comes to football matters. Like they're not. They are signing key players and they're doing it quickly and effectively.
Yeah, I forget that, United, like it's not the same as before. And I forget like there's a new generation of fans now who don't really we don't remember a time when this was the norm.
Yes.
I remember that time. This was normal. This is what it used to be like. It wasn't, when you had like a talented player out there, it was a realistic possibility that we could sign them. Yeah. So that's normal. So I hear people saying, "Oh, we're moving like big club or whatever." Yeah, mate, this is what we are.
We used to be this. This is what we used.
I'm used to this. Yeah, this is what we are. It's just for you guys. Well, not you obviously, but I'm just saying for like the young fans now, like we don't really, and fair play to them. To be a young United fan now is not for the lighthearted. Like it's
fucking hell. Like having to grow up in the like post Fergie era must be terrible, man. Like your dad, your dad, who's grown up through the Fergie era and he has a kid, And then post Fergie, you're going to games, and your dad's like, "I promise it was good once. It was really good." And then he's having to watch that shit week in, week out.
Honestly,
Fucking hell.
honestly, being a young United fan now, like I tip my hat to you. Like you guys are a different breed, honestly, because all this stuff, this was not normal back then.
We won
all
everything.
this
We
crazy.
signed who we
Won
wanted.
everything.
It was exciting to go
Easy.
watch every week.
Yeah.
You knew you were going to enjoy what you were seeing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it was so good that we'd win and then we'd sign like one player. Like we signed Berbatov.
Yeah.
And then he won, right? We just signed one player. We signed like Carrick was the only one we signed that year.
Yeah.
Like he was the only one. Just yeah, we'll take him.
Yeah.
Just
if you just looking at the squad going, if you got it will take him. We'll take him.
Yeah.
And then absolutely.
But it's good to see that. And I know people are a bit upset about like the whole Blazer thing, but they're not going to go. I mean, this is how life is. It's never going to go your way. They're not just going to walk off into the sunset. Like they will stay here and with the way things are, with the way things are, let's see what happens in the next 5 years. Let's see if because this is exactly how they came in. They didn't just come and buy it out. Like they came in and bought it incrementally. So let's see what happens with Sir Jim. But for now, here's what it is. The Glazers are fine. Let's just win football matches.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And then we can deal with that later.
Yeah, football always come first. Like sort of football, everything else will come in tow and follow. I asked Nick and Shreyas this on the lunchtime one. What do you think United's next move should be? So obviously we've got Xerxes in the door, we've got a striker, we've got a centre back now in the door. What do you think United's next move should be? Like me personally, I think we need to move for a midfielder because I think that area is being severely neglected at this point. Or do you think there should be another position to be focused on?
No, I think that's the what's the word? That's the obvious position that we should be going for. Midfielder and the left back.
Yeah.
I don't think whatever priority they come in, but we definitely need at least one midfielder going forward. We can't go through this whole transfer window without a midfielder. What I think would happen now, and this is just my opinion, I don't know, I don't have any insiders or anything, but I think we'd be now looking towards outgoings because we need to raise more cash. So we've got 10 mil from what's his name, Kambala.
Got Greenwood. Greenwood got done today as well.
Yeah. So I think we'd be focused on a little bit more outgoings, and obviously we need people to leave before we can know what we can push through realistically.
Yes.
So stuff like that. But to answer your question, we definitely need ball-winning midfielder. That's a fact. Like we need that in there, and I would say that and the left back before we can even think of anything else.
Yeah, we're going to touch on Wan-Bissaka because I want to get your thoughts on that because that's an interesting thing. I'm going to read out a couple of comments and then we'll get to that. Bloody hell, there's a lot of comments. I'm happy and I don't want to spoil the excitement, but I'm praying this is not a Di Maria deal where it's all about the money. He's not on that much money from what I've seen. I think it's like 80k a week, so he's not even on like half of what Di Maria came for. So I don't think it's about the money. I think like Civir said, it's about what we pitched to him, the project, the vision, the starting place, all that sort of stuff. I think that's what's sold it to him.
This is nothing like Di Maria.
No.
Like Perez told him like, you're gonna go, man. It's like Perez told him he was gonna go, and then we came for him. That was it. It was his decision. It was Yoro's decision. Yeah. No one held a gun to his head.
He could have said
no. It was a take it or leave. It was a take it or leave it thing. Like we said, listen, this is the thing, and we don't have all day, so you either come or you don't.
Yeah,
that was it.
Leny, worth every penny. There you go. Love it. What signings is, boys? All the Scousers losing it on Fab's channel. Yeah, I love the Scouse tiers because apparently they were in for him as well, so they didn't get him. Always love it. Danny Olmo, sign playmaker, much needed. Bruno, not enough. I don't see that happening. I love Danny Olmo, fantastic player, but I don't think we're ever going to go near him. Afternoon, lads. Quick question regarding Yoro. When do we hand him the keys to Old Trafford? Absolutely buzzing with his deal. Soon, mate. Soon, mate. Best deal today was Greenwood signing for Marseille. I agree. I'm happy he's gone. 50% sell-on clause with Greenwood as well. Nice work. INEOS, yeah, I agree. That's it's good to see us thinking forward on selling players, young players especially, like putting buyback clause, putting sell-on clauses, stuff like that, so we can continue to make money from it rather than letting go for like $1 million and having nothing like to come back on. CPSG are signing João Neves for 70 million euros, possibly knocking from that is Iwate coming in. Possibly, man. Possibly. If we sell Scott, we need 100% need another centre midfielder. I think even if we don't sell Scott, we need one. I think we need one either way. If Scott goes, we're going to need two. So, the fact that we sold for Madrid was pretty sweet. Absolutely. Like, that is a major kudos. And the fact that Liverpool made him their first choice, refused to bid because he thought he was sat at Madrid, is just the sweetest, juiciest cherry on top. Absolutely, mate. I love it. And then, yeah, just this thing that I wanted to move on to. Our Wan-Bissaka to West Ham seems to be happening and Fulham into for McTominay. I'm just going to touch on the Wan-Bissaka thing. We'll get your thoughts, Jimmy. This was from TalkSport originally, so obviously take this bit with a pinch of salt, but then there was somebody else who confirmed the story. West Ham are in advanced talks with Man United over a move for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. United are willing to sell Wan-Bissaka this summer and looking for a fee over 15 million. Obviously, that's TalkSport. It's the tiniest grain of salt in the world because they're full of shite most of the time. But then a guy who's in ITK, who's on the handle ex West Ham employee, who's been quite reliable in the past. He broke the Harry Maguire thing from United last time when he was trying to go. Wan-Bissaka is seen as an alternative to Kyle Walker-Peters and understood the players keen on a move to West Ham. A fee of up to 18 million, possibly 20 with add-ons is being talked about. Wan-Bissaka keen on the move. He's now the one we are working on. Chivy, I put this in the chat today when I saw this. You were very unhappy with this. Do you want to explain like why you're not happy with this deal?
So many reasons to be fair, but like, first of all, it's not a priority. Like, we don't need to. If we're going to sell him, it means we're going to have to buy a right back.
Yes.
And that's not a priority position at all. Like, there's way more pressing issues that we should be dealing with instead of thinking about the right back. That's one. Two, I think he's a good player that can stay at least for another 2 or 3 years, or well, at least another 1 or 2 years, right? Because he offers us something completely different. I don't think the FA Cup final turns out the way it did without Wan-Bissaka.
Yep.
I think he held Jeremy Doku for as much as he could, right? I know Doku got the goal.
They had to switch him to the other side, though, didn't it? They switched him to the wing because he was just getting shut down.
So many times when it was like there was nobody else who could tame him the way it was. When we played Newcastle, do you remember when they had Saint-Maximin?
Yes. Dalot was getting torn apart, wasn't he? Dalot was just getting ripped.
They took Dalot off and brought Wan-Bissaka on. That was it, done.
Yep.
That was his night was done. They had to move him to the other side and then later substituted him. He gives us something that nobody else gives us. His one-on-one defending is amazing. And to have that as a backup is almost priceless. Like, you know, I know a lot of people, go on about him not, he doesn't look the best on the ball sometimes. He looks like, he's not sure of himself.
Yeah.
Looks like Bambi sometimes, like he's on skates.
Yeah.
But if you look at his stats when it comes to like meaningful stats, not all these stupid things like ball carries and kind of stuff. Like, meaningful stats like assists. There was like 2 seasons where he was going toe to toe with Luke Shaw on assists. But it's Wan-Bissaka, so people don't really focus on that. But he's really good at assists. He's good at. We shouldn't be looking at that. There's far more pressing thing. We barely have a left back.
We don't at the minute. Like, we genuinely don't have one.
Yeah, we barely have one. Like, we don't. Malacia, I've seen a few pictures of him training and smiling. Well, I don't know if he's back. Luke Shaw, you can't rely on him. So that should be priority first and foremost before Wan-Bissaka leaving. And I don't think, I really, really hope we keep him. Like, I just hope this news isn't real. Because if you go on and get, I don't know who we're going to get as a right back. It has to be a defender.
Yes.
I know people like to talk about, what's his name? The Dutch kid. I've watched 5 games, that guy, 5 full games.
Yeah.
I think when they played Villa in the Europa League,
Yeah.
both legs, when they played the final,
Atalanta.
and I can't remember what Atalanta, yeah. I think they also played. Did they play Roma in the Europa League at some point?
Semi-final? Is it semi-final play Roma?
Uh, can't remember. Anyway,
Yeah.
I watched 5 games. Like I've never seen him defend.
No, he's
I
not a
promise you.
defender. He's not a defender. He's a winger playing wing back. That's what
Yeah,
he's doing.
I've never seen
No.
this guy defend. Tapsoba, the
Yes.
other tall, he was the one covering that right back.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna bring that guy here, he's really good going forward, but I've never seen him in defense, so I don't know.
He's not a defender.
What's
He's,
gonna
he's
happen.
he's not. He's a winger who plays
Yeah,
wing back, and he works very well does work well in that system that Chabi's got him playing in.
Alonso. Yeah,
Chabi Alonso's got him playing in, but I think if you took him
the
out of that
Bundesliga,
system, I think he gets exposed immediately.
bro. The Bundesliga is a different ball game,
Yeah.
friend. It's a different ball game. Like honestly, you're not playing Oslo, fucking Hamburg every other week. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going up against like real tough opponents. So I don't know. I personally wouldn't sell him. However, I have a lot of faith in INEOS, and if they sell him, then I
They've got
have
a
to
plan.
believe that they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because there's too many people there with the knowledge, from Vivel to Barada to
Ashworth.
Wilcox, Ashworth. Yeah, come on, bro. Like there's too many people there with knowledge, so I have to believe that they know what they're doing, and I have to give them the benefit of the doubt. I can't go criticizing them just yet. I mean, it's their first transfer window.
Doing well so far.
So far so good. We're getting our first option. It's never like, oh, we want to get
Nope.
him, couldn't get him, so we're getting everyone we're getting is we want him, we got him. So we got Sexy, we got Yoro,
Yep.
and that's it. So let's just pray they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Do you think the fact that he's going into the last year of his deal, do you think that's why they're trying to shift him on now because they don't want to sign him to a new contract? Do you think that's why they're probably trying to shift him?
Possibly, but also the tweet that I saw was that he's also interested in the move. So that's another thing. Maybe I think I mean, Man United, man. When Man United happens to you, when United happens to you, like it changes you. Like so, I think for him, I think he's had had enough of.
He probably sees as well, like because he got most of his games last season. He got left back, didn't it? Because Dallo was predominantly playing for the most of the games, and with like you said, possibly Malacia is coming back. Shaw is fit at the minute, but who knows what happens there? Dallo is probably going to play 90% of the games, isn't he? Like he's probably going to play, so he probably sees his time limited. Whereas if he goes to West Ham, he probably starts most weeks.
Oh yeah, he starts.
So I think that's got to be in there as well. And if he is in the last year of his deal, and he's obviously going to want a bump in pay or a bump in terms, which I don't think INEOS is going to offer him. So maybe that's why you think. I do think you're right, though, Chivi. I think if he goes, hopefully INEOS have got a plan and they've got people on the phone ready to go. Okay, he's going. Execute 3, 4, 5, 6 target and go get somebody in. So hopefully that's the case.
Do you remember what he did to what's the guy who used to play with him? Wilf Zaha.
With Zaha. Oh, in the Crystal Palace game. Yeah.
No. When we played Galatasaray, was it? In the was it Palace? It was Palace
because he was running in and he was like, I'm in on goal here, and then he turned around and saw Wan-Bissaka and went, oh shit, because he knew he was going to get him. He knew he was going to get him, and he's just like, oh for fuck's sake.
He was like, oh shit, it's Aaron. Oh my god, that was it. Like
he was like, he was like any other defender, I'm away is fucking done. But he said when he looked back, you saw him, and he was like, oh Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. So. Yeah, I like him. Like I think Wan-Bissaka offers something different to every other defender we have. His one-on-one defending is nothing short of like phenomenal. Like it's fantastic.
It's world class.
And
one-on-one defending is world class.
Like you said, with the FA Cup game, with the Carabao Cup game, when you need to shut a player down, the likes of Salah, Sterling, Maximin, Doku, there's nobody better. Like he will shut them down, and that's game over. That side, like it's over. So I think to keep him and bring him on for those games or play him in those games, I think that would be smart business from INEOS. But like you said, with those factors, last year the deal might not get enough games. It's a possibility. Like we'll have to see what happens.
And sometimes, to be fair, sometimes like as fans, like we forget about these guys. Like, we forget they're human beings as well. Like if you remember, he was getting slated.
Oh yeah.
Up until December. When
everybody
he
was
came
like,
in,
he's gone
he
in
was
January,
injured.
wasn't he? He was like, he's gone in
We're all
January.
like, oh, he's gone, he's dead. Like everybody was writing him off and all that, and he was almost becoming a meme. And then he gets a chance, and then he plays, and then he plays well, and then all of a sudden, like fans start, coming back for him. So for me personally, if I was in his position, like I'll never forget when people were like, making fun of him, and for him, he would never forget it. Like he'll keep that, and I think maybe he just wants a fresh start somewhere else, less pressure. You can get some more, a higher wage, stuff like that. So yeah, you have to see it from their perspective as well.
Absolutely. I'll read out last couple of comments and then we'll get off because I've got to go eat and Chivy needs to do some things as well. Where we're in the comments. There we go. Going to be controversial. I say I think Wan-Bissaka and 35 million for Alvarez would be quality, and then use McTominay funds and Casemiro for Duarte. Have to say not getting the reason for selling Wan-Bissaka unless he made it clear he won't sign a new deal. Yeah, that might be the case. One of the best one-on-one defenders. Absolutely, I agree with that. Sign Joel Hatto from Ajax, left back, centre back. You know anything about him, Chivy? I've not heard of him.
I heard about him, but I don't know.
Yeah. Muppeteers did a video today mentioning Kaloglu or Kyle Walker-Peters as possible right back options, and both can play left back. Interesting. Don't Leverkusen play wing backs? Yes, they do. Far more chilled now. INEOS making the right moves, as Chivy says, and then he's got a meditation emoji in there. Yeah, that is Chivy's vibe right there. Chilled. That's how he operates. It was Palace. Yeah. Probably Wan-Bissaka wants to go back to London. Yeah, he's from there, so yeah,
maybe he's from
sense. There. Just a bit disappointed. I was let down over the Rangers game. Oh, do you not get tickets, Richard? That sucks, man. It's not great when you can't get tickets. But yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Appreciate it. Leny Yoro is Here We Go. It's confirmed. It's done. Romano is tweeted about it. Hopefully, we'll get loads of interviews and information that comes out and stuff like that. That'd be really interesting. I've just posted a couple of quotes from the Joshua Zirkzee interview that went live today at 4 o'clock. Go check them out on the socials, or I think the video's on YouTube, so go watch that and have a look. Follow all the socials: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube if you're new here. Like the video, leave a comment, and me and Chivy will see you another time. Peace out.